It's really hard to explain the words, the feelings. It's just not the type of season that we would like. Just all of the things that happen, all of the injuries, all of the different things that to really put us a step back a little bit. It's a tough season. It's a tough game that we play. But I'm always going to be out there and try to give it my all. I'm always going to go out there and try to make as many plays, as many catches, as many touchdowns as I can to make my team win and to put us in the best situation as possible. But it's just tough, with all of the stuff that we deal with throughout the season.
How do you balance in your mind, you kind of having a good game, but also taking the loss of
I feel like that's kind of been happening throughout the season a little bit. Just like I've been saying, I only can control what I can control. I'm only going to go out there and just give it my all, like I said, and let the pieces fall where they fall. It's always a tough experience, just having a good game, and we're not executing as a team. So what does it matter if I'm getting my individual stats if we're not winning? So it's tough, but it is what it is.
Justin, after having a day like this, how tough is it to know that it's over?
It's really tough. I always want to have another opportunity. Of course, I want to be in the playoffs, competing for the Super Bowl. I want all of that. So to not be able to have a chance, to be in the playoffs and fight an extra game, it's tough. It's a hard pill to swallow. But just like I said, I gave it my all. I'm always going to be out there and try to do as much as possible. And I feel like I did, as much as I can today. And just wasn't able to come out with the win. We're always going to lean on each other in this locker room, always going to be together. We're never going to point the fingers and blame anyone. We're going to take it as a whole team. We got to get better as a whole team, get healthy as a whole team, and come back, ready to go.
Can you foresee those things happening here? You talk about championships, going to the Super Bowl. Do you have it? Can you, in your mind's eye, see that happening here under the current circumstances?
Always. Yep. As long as I'm a part of the Vikings,
yep.
I'm always going to think that we have a chance at the Super Bowl. With the guys that we have in this locker room, now, it's a great locker room. We have great players, a great opportunity to go out there and make some plays. A couple plays short. Little things happen here and there for us not to be able to, get those extra yardage or a win. So it's tough.
Or just all the adversity that you got?
We've been through a lot. Let's just take another weekend and week out and go out there and give it our best. I really can't ask more for these guys. I love them. I'll ride to the death of these days in this locker room, man. It's been an up and down year, like you said. Of course, definitely, we wish the results were better, but we're going to learn from this.
How frustrating is it not being able to play in the playoffs with this team, knowing that you guys have the talent to do so?
Man, just like you said, it's like before the season starts, like just seeing the guys that we got in this locker room, just how close we are, how tight we are. It's just like the schemes from D-Flow and KO, it's just like it's kind of like the perfect matches for everything. Just to come up short and not being able to finish in a way and have to deal with all the adversity. We battle, and that's all you can really ask for.
What will you remember most about this team and their character?
No one gave up. When adversity hit, we came together even tighter. And we figured out a way. And unfortunately, we weren't able to close out in some games, and it's tough not being in the playoffs. But it's hard to win this league. We need everybody healthy, so next year we're going to be ready. Appreciate you.
Yeah, that's. I obviously haven't played for any other organization, but the locker room in Minnesota has always been. That's really never been something you're missing here. Kind of like I said before, that's a great piece to have. It's a great part of culture. Winning is that's all people care about. And that's the only thing people care about. They're competing, play to win. And the bonus not enough. Like however it unfolds, whatever cards you're dealt, it doesn't help. Having said that, I'm proud to be a part of this group. part of this organization, staff, ownership, players, everybody that helps us prepare for it. And there's so many people. Very much appreciative of everyone that
Harrison, what's the hardest part when the season ends? Leaving the locker room for the last time. What's the hardest part about that?
Definitely the camaraderie. You can't really replace it anywhere. You try. It's not quite the same. That's the best feeling you get on game day. Highest level of competition in this sport you can find. You can't buy a spot out there. Before you actually
Season ends and words, all that you guys went through, and still having a chance to go to the playoffs when it was all said and done.
It just shows that we don't give up. You know, we did what we could. You know, we had our opportunities, but fortunately we came up short. So, I mean, it's not the way we wanted to end the season, but we hung in there as a team together, and we did it too. We came up short together.
What have you learned about this defensive unit and what you guys went through?
I mean, we went through a lot. You know, just gotta keep grinding. You know, learn from our mistakes. You know, like I said, we didn't finish the way we wanted to this year, so we just gotta learn from that.
I know you don't like to talk about yourself personally after a game, but still a hell of a season that you put together. How proud are you of yourself and what you were able to accomplish?
I mean, I went out there, I did what I was told to do. You know, enabling myself to play around my teammates. You know, which was an honor. You know, it's been some time since I've been around guys like Harry and Barr and all that stuff. So I was excited about how I played this year.
What's it like to be a Minnesota Viking? What's been your greatest memory about throwing on the purple?
I mean, this is all I know. Came into this league, you know, I don't know any better. Purple. Ever since middle school, I've always been wearing purple, so I'm here now, purple.
That where you hope to stay?
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you. Let's just try.
I had a good season. Not even good, great. I felt like I proved a lot of people wrong out here. Even though I ain't have to, but I knew I was a dog, so I'm still a dog. I just got 100 tackles. I feel good.
What have you learned about the NFL that maybe you didn't know before the season?
It's more mental. That's it. Really.
What would you say about the ending of your season, knowing that you guys kind of had a playoff spot and let things slip away? How do you learn from this moment and kind of use it to prepare for next season?
We had a lot of players go down, so we can use that as an excuse, but not really. It's the next player up, so we ain't have what we needed to step up a little bit. But I know we're gonna come out next year and just
Already
make our mark.
next season.
We're already making our mark. Next season starts tomorrow. So go home, chill for a little bit, grind it out, and get back to the season. We're already ready. I'm ready.
I know you are. I'll get to this off, bro.
Yep.
All right, enjoy the
They welcome. It's almost like they had their arms open. They said, "Welcome, man. Welcome." I always remember the Bears game where I got thrown in and I got in the huddle and everyone was looking at me saying, "Welcome to the party." And like, I don't know. I guess I just feel like all those guys that you just mentioned accepted Dalton for who he was, and that made me feel so good because I felt like I could be who I was this year. And not to mention how each and every one of those guys stepped up and went to war to make this thing happen. Because it was one of those years where we lost our starting quarterback, we lost one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, and we started having some offensive linemen go down, and it required everybody. So those guys are special, like I said.
Well, it's been an absolute honor making your acquaintance. I know we'll stay in touch during the
100%, buddy.
And God bless you.
We'll get on that podcast soon, buddy.
I'm going to pray and let other people pray for your mom and your family.
Yeah, thanks.
And we'll do Faith and Cole coming up here soon. Okay, God bless you, buddy.
Thank you, buddy. Love you. God bless.
Love you.
Yeah.
Hey,
buddy.
This season, love you. I know the season won't end the way you guys wanted it to, but how thankful are you to be a part of this organization?
Dude, very thankful, man. I've been trying to keep my emotions in, and it's one of those deals that you try to keep your emotions in check all year. But just to be here, to start 11 games for the Minnesota Vikings, I'm very proud, very grateful, very thankful. With where my world was at back in September, man. there was no telling that I thought I'd be here in January, be able to say that I was a starting left guard for the Minnesota Vikings, and I don't take that lightly. I don't take that for granted. So from the top down, I really appreciate everyone having me, man. I don't know what the future holds. If I've learned anything in this life, it's that trying to control the future and think I have things figured out is not true. So whether I step in this jersey and these pants and this locker room ever again, or I don't, I'm so damn grateful for Skull this year and the purple and gold, man.
What will you always remember about throwing on the purple?
Dude, I mean, just the culture, bro. Creed playing in the locker room, Higher, the song by Creed, Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, the offensive line, Chris Cooper, Kevin O'Connell, the highs, the lows, the game in Atlanta, the Northern States game at home, just the games, the ride, man. That's what this whole journey is about, is the ride, the ups and downs. So it's one of my favorite years in the NFL, and it's definitely bittersweet. Grateful for it.
Appreciate you. Just how difficult the ending to this season, knowing that you guys kind of started out slow, worked your way back into playoff contention, and then kind of played yourself out. How difficult is that?
Yeah, very difficult, man. Obviously, every time you strap it up, you want to win. So we came up short, but we gotta gear it up and get ready for the next one.
For you guys, I mean, for you, how mentally draining is this part of the season when you get here? Like, what's left in your mental tank?
Man, nothing is left. That's why I gotta go on vacation. It's been so much adversity, especially for me personally, with this team. So yeah, definitely emotionally drained. But that's how it's supposed to be, man. You're supposed to give your blood, sweat, and tears and everything you got, to this game. We came up short this time. Like I said, next time around, next season, try to put our best foot forward.
How thankful are you for your time in Minnesota and what you've been able to do here?
Extremely grateful, man. I was talking to my family about, this is the organization that drafted me, man. When I was a little kid, 30 minutes down the street, I just wanted to play in the NFL, man. And a lot of people didn't believe in me. 5th round pick, to be in the position I am now, to set my family up to do great things, man. I'm extremely grateful, and I'm appreciative.
That's all I need, friend.
Yep.
It's been a season full of ups and downs, but what have you learned most about just being in the NFL and about yourself this season?
I'll just say I never give up. So with this team, we got a lot of adversity thrown at us, but one thing we never did was give up. And every time we came into practice, we just kept working.
For you, when did you learn that, not only is this the game that you love, but it's a business, and how you guys conduct yourselves on a day-to-day basis is kind of what helps you be successful on Sunday?
Yeah, I had when I was in high school, I had a coach that, played at Division I, not in the league, but, he kind of instilled that in us at a young age, like what it would take to be here. So, I just want to give shout-outs to him, and then just being around a bunch of great group of guys. Just always keep us on the right path.
Now that you got your first season under your belt, I'm sure you're ready to go play more football games. Now, what have you learned from all the guys around you that you think you can take into the store next season?
You never know when your opportunity is going to come, so you got to make the most of it every time you do it.
How grateful were you about the opportunity you got, and how do you think you see it this year?
Oh yeah, I'm grateful for everybody at the top of this organization for giving me a chance and changing my life really, but I just gotta, all my opportunities, I missed a few. I just gotta, next season, I gotta make sure I don't miss none.
What do you plan to do this offseason to take your game to the next level?
This offseason, I gotta just focus on I know my negatives now from, playing in the league and being around a lot of great DBs, so I just gotta make sure I attack my weaknesses every day in the offseason. Every day, I gotta attack my weaknesses and make them my strengths.
Sure.
Looking forward to the offseason. What's going to be your focus?
My family, always. I got to focus on them. 3 little kids at the house, wife who's been grinding this whole season. So take some off of her plate, be with my family, and see what happens. Appreciate you guys.
Jordan, I asked Harrison what's the hardest part about packing up and leaving the locker room for the final time of the season, knowing that you guys have the talent to be playing next week?
Yeah, that's it. You look back and you think about all the opportunities that you missed out on, right? And the games that you felt like you should have won. It's disappointing. This team, this family that we've become is never going to be the same again. And it's just the nature of the business, but you wish it could have been different. All good. Appreciate you.